What's up, desktopers? Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and in this video, we're discussing Samson Dauda versus Big Ramy HD footage from the 2022 Mr Olympia. These guys are going to be going head-to-head in just 6 or so weeks' time at the 2023 Arnold Classic after Big Ramy signs on in a shock announcement. We've got a clip here. It features myself, Stanimal, and Martin Fitzwater from the latest episode of Bodybuilding University. And we have the HD footage too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave your comments below. Who do you have winning, Samson Dauda or Big Ramy at the 2023 Arnold Classic? Big Ramy and Samson Dauda. So this was obviously, Big Ramy was 5th place in the Olympia. Samson Dauda was 6th. It seemed like Samson got some more comparable, I suppose, comparisons at prejudging, where he's moved in a little bit more than, or maybe Ramy, I don't think was moved in at all. But he's at least moved in a little bit. So I thought, okay, Ramy's probably 6th then, or first, you know, because some people obviously have that opinion. Being there in person, was the consensus that it was definitely Big Ramy not winning, or did some people walk around there saying, I think Big Ramy's won?
I mean, if you were saying that, you lost your mind.
Like, it was the first time it had ever happened, you know, like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, I watched 2013 on like videos of Phil, and Phil was that dominant, and they sent him to the side, and like, dude, it's just like, I don't think we probably won't see that again, to be honest.
Yeah, but they put him back though. They're like, no, Phil, you're too good. Go back.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I mean.
They don't keep you on the side. They don't keep you like on the line, but on the outside.
Yeah, they would. They send you back. They send you back, bro. They would send you back.
Yeah. So, but this thing that seemed weird though, and someone did mention it might have been a respect thing as well, is that Ramy was on the outside the whole time at prejudging. I think it was. Maybe he got moved in once, but the whole time I watched it, he was just on the dead outside, and he didn't get compared with any of the guys on the inside at all, and he didn't get compared to the second call out. So that's what was tripping me out. I was like, that's unusual that he's not getting those comparisons, and he's not even standing next to Samson. He wasn't even compared to Samson though. That's the thing, and I think this was at finals eventually. So
I think he was.
Was he? I might be wrong there.
I know he was to Nick for a long time, but
yeah. So what they did, in my opinion, was they moved someone to the inside where Nick was to compare them again for that outside spot instead of having to move Ramy.
Yeah.
Like,
it was interesting.
But like, I mean, dude, when Ramy's glute shots were glaring, like
in person, that noticeable.
Horrible, dude. Like, that was the first thing I noticed when he turned around. Like, it wasn't glute striations. It was like, damn, Ramy, why did you do that?
Yeah, and he's pulled him right up too. Like, maybe he could have actually even covered it a little bit with his trunk.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They were bad. So that was disappointing. And then, bro, he put on a lot of weight this year, and it just looked like a lot of it went to his waist. His taper and stuff just wasn't the same, man. He wasn't Ramy. And we all said, even though we all said, oh, we think Ramy's going to win, every single person said if he comes off, he's going to lose. We just didn't think he was going to come off. But to be honest, after seeing this video that Dennis posted and said he was like perfect, I don't think he was any better here than he was at the Olympics. No. He looks exactly the same. He just don't have a damn tan on.
Do you think though, if we saw this a week out, people would have still been saying Ramy's going to win, or would there have been more concerns?
No, I think if you see him like that, because he's fuller here, you know, they haven't pulled the water, so he looks thicker, but like he's looking pretty good condition, so he looks like close, you know, like you see that 1 week out, I think. But the thing is, once you stand on stage next to the other guys, right away it jumps at you, you know, like this is missing, this is missing, this is missing. His midsection was super soft, like wide. He lost a lot of his X-frame. His legs did, you know, here they look full on. They still like But I don't know. But when he's on stage, it just looks flat and with those weird holes, and the lines don't go, all the way through. Here, the lines kind of look like they go all the way to the hips, but not on stage.
I wasn't watching everyone's channels, like leading up to this Olympia, but I mentioned the quad holes because to me they look dramatically worse in the lead ups. So I was like, I don't know, one of those quads looks like it has a.
We didn't really get to see them in the lead ups. That's the thing. He was always covering them, and not many not many people really thought about it because people were like, "Well, his legs not going to be a problem because everybody knows the size of his quads," but he was probably just hiding them already then for that reason.
We did see him when he guest posed. Dennis James actually put up some photos. I think it was the day after up on Instagram, and they're the ones that because I did a video on it because I was like, "Is this an issue?" And
strength and power.
Okay. Yeah, and I asked, "Is this an issue?" And I said, "Look, I don't think this one individual issue will be enough to stop him winning." But I said it definitely could. And if it gets worse each year, like at what point does this make him lose the Olympia? Like if it just keeps deteriorating and getting worse. And then some people, obviously Ramy's camp understandably was saying that, they were there before. It wasn't an issue. So what's the issue now? And I was sort of like, yeah, but maybe they're getting a bit worse. And that was obviously the case. And in the comments, honestly, it's the thing I got roasted about most this year. They're like, you don't know bodybuilding because you're saying this will be an issue. Like, these people have these shots. You don't know what you're talking about. So it was pretty crazy the way people reacted. But it seems like, that was just one of the many factors as well as the triceps and all that. But Stan, I'll go to you. What do you think was the biggest factor for Ramy? Was it like the triceps? Was it the back? Was it the quads?
I think it was the combination of it. But one thing for me is just his midsection looks very washy and wide. He lost a lot of his X-frame. And then when you're next to guys like Derek, it's like, the difference is so crazy. It's just even Samson, and then he's not opening his back. That was one thing. It's like, why is he not opening, like, letting his shoulder blade roll out? It's on track to get that thickness, but he's losing all the width.
And what I want to show you guys as well, I think I actually highlighted it possibly in another video where I talked about it. And I saw some fans saying, but no, he's trying to get the detail. That's why he's pulling his back like that. And I'm like, if a bodybuilder does that and loses inches off your lats, you're crazy. Like there's no way that should be deliberate.
You're not going to close your back like that, no, for sure.
Yeah. But so you see how pinched it is there.
It happened to me before, like putting too much water and not being able to feel my back and having that kind of issue. You're trying to feel it and you just close it off because that's the only way you feel it, but you just don't you don't connect with it,
And sometimes you can contract it too far. Like if you're trying to squeeze your back and then you're crunching it in. Like I've had clients before, but I'm like, just relax and push your elbows as far out to the side as possible and it will just happen, like just naturally, So sometimes it's bad as well. Marty, you've obviously done a lot of posing leading up to your contest last year. Like I know you're doing tons of it. Is that something, do you have like little tricks and little techniques to pop your back? Because obviously it's a strong point for you.
Yeah. I mean, I have really, really good mind to muscle with my back. So I feel like even when I'm like super flat, it don't really lose my back yet. I'll lose my glutes and my hamstrings before I lose my back. And even then I kind of have like a foot placement that I know that that they're going to be locked in. But it's really, man, it's just a matter of doing it thousands of times and having somebody watch you and tell you like, okay, you're in the perfect spot. Stay there. Think about how it feels. Stay there. And then even that way you've done it so many times that you don't have to think about it. It's just there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. So with gyms, that's what you're supposed to be doing. So that's the thing. I don't know why it hasn't been addressed before.
Yeah, for sure.
Just putting too much water at the end too fast.
Yeah.
But when we look at this though, when he does his relaxed, like to me, I was surprised to see him do it. Wait till he gets into it.
He's got a scar on his stomach too, and I haven't noticed that before.
Yeah, I didn't notice that either.
Oh, he crunches like, back there too.
Yeah, and he holds it there too. And Dennis James is talking him through this. I'm like,
he never opens it.
Yeah,
I think that they wanted to try to make it look like he has low lats when we all know he doesn't have low lats. It's okay.
Do you reckon that was the reason? Do you reckon they changed his posing? Because to me, that was an insane change of posing. Like, you're better off to have a way better V-taper, especially on
I
Ramy,
agree.
you know, like rather than trying to. Yeah, that's craziness. And also the front double bicep, the way he did it on stage. So he's doing it like that here, and then he crunches down. But see how tight it is there, and it's still, I don't. It's not too bad.
I think his shoulder blades are still pinched backwards, even when he's doing the front double there, because he looks narrow. He never used to.
The way he crunches down in this.
To be honest.
But when he crunches, he brings his hands down too. Like, I don't know. So that the all lats are not like opening up.
Yeah. It's just more midsection, not more lower lats. And the lats up here actually disappear.
He just wasn't better in any way, shape, or form, man. And then, like we said, if he was off, he was gonna get beat. So that's what happened. We all expected him to fall that far.
No. Now Samson here, obviously, like, he's not the most conditioned guy in this lineup. And we said, oh, well, Samson will have to be in all-time best condition to be in that top 6. And maybe he was all-time best condition, but I think it was somewhere around his, better conditioning levels. But he's obviously got amazing structure, amazing shape, small waist, balloons out, like the arms are crazy here. Ramy looks like he has more granite, sort of a little bit more hardness overall, but he's got a weird sort of, almost like, the way to explain it is like a stressed look to his quads. Like when you see him moving, you can sort of see they're hard, but they're not, looks like there's like water or something under there where it just doesn't look, and the skin doesn't look right. I don't know. There's something about it. Who would you have winning that pose?
Samson, personally.
Yeah, probably Samson, to be honest, just because of V-taper alone.
Yeah.
And there, Samson's conditioning is pretty, like, matchable.
Yeah.
I think like here you could give it to Ramy, but you could be either way. Any shot Ramy turns to the back, in my opinion, he loses because of the glute shots. But I don't know how they're going to judge that.
Because you look at Samson's hamstrings there, and he obviously has such a dark complexion, but there is detail on those hamstrings, especially on the inner part there.
And dude, in person too, Samson, like you can see, like he's not far off, man. Like I said, I truly think he just needs to be in really good condition a couple times, and then it will really shine through. Like I don't necessarily think he's not body fat lean. I just think he needs to like continue to thin his skin and keep like carving those details in deeper and deeper every time.
Yeah, I think so too. And it's a great look on stage. Like his shine and everything there looks
he's beautiful
on the stream.
It's awesome.
And this is like, it looks like Ramy's not opening up here. When I play the video, this is how he stays.
Yep.
So that, like, you look at the difference, like Samson is very wide across his shoulders too. And the way the waist goes in and the lats come out. And yeah, Samson's glutes don't look hard there, but his hamstrings are hard. His back's crazy. Like I have Samson winning that one, even though maybe just overall at first glance, he doesn't look as hard as Ramy. Stan, who you got? Stan, who you got?
The X-frame for sure, Samson. Like just the symmetry.
No, I totally agree. And I'm not saying that Ramy deserved to lose to Samson necessarily, but these individual shots we're seeing,
I think you can make a strong argument for Samson placing fifth.
Yeah, because there, like Samson, I think beats him there because Ramy's back is completely crunched in, so he loses his shape.
Do you know what the score was?
I can check it, but I know Samson actually, Ramy at finals did worse. So he had 25 points at prejudging, and then he had 27 at finals. So I actually wondered to myself, did one or two judges just have Ramy winning? I'm like, no, surely not. But it seemed weird because Ramy did seem better at finals watching on the live stream to me. But maybe that's because he's moved around more too. So I don't know. What did you guys think? Did you think Ramy was better at finals or prejudging?
I think Ramy got better for finals, but I think everybody else got better as well.
Yeah. It's because, do you think it's because of the whole time issue with prejudging?
Yeah.
Because it got pushed back so far, you mean?
Yeah, because they went on stage at what, like 11 p.m. or something? Yeah, that's late, especially because it's West Coast.
I think Ramy was pretty flat, to be honest, so it could have been. He could have needed another meal, and that would have gave him that, like, little bit extra pop.
But I honestly think it was a massive issue, to be honest. Like, I was thinking about what time it was, and and I saw some stories got from a few of the competitors at like 10 p.m. Like, oh man, we're tired. Da, da, da. I'm like, you guys still weren't going on stage for over an hour. I'm like, that's rough. And it, you know, they didn't get off stage till what was pretty much midnight. Yeah, and that's West Coast, so that's 3 a.m. 3 a.m. East Coast, something like that. Yeah, that's crazy. But obviously, we mentioned this when we did the first little bit of our other podcast. Moving it to a new venue as well and just getting the logistics down. I mean, there are some things there that most people would say, okay, that's obvious, but it is hard to do, obviously. And I think, I don't know if you mentioned it, Marty. I think you maybe mentioned it. But yeah, you said, obviously, on the Olympia side, saying that, you know, logistically, it's a hard thing to move an entire event, and we've moved it sort of year to year. Next year, they're back in Orlando, but at least they're familiar with that venue.
I mean, my thing is, like I said, is like, I think if it would have been at the Orleans, it would have been a little smoother ran, just because they know the venue. It's easier, you know, they had the backstage a little bit different. Like, this place was completely new. They didn't have any clue how they were, you know, how it was going to be, how long it was going to take to get people seated, let people in, all that kind of thing. So, you know, next year it'll definitely be smoother again back in Orlando, in a place that they know, and everything is all right there in one spot there at Orlando, which is nice.
Thank you guys for watching this short clip from our latest episode of Bodybuilding University. If you want to check out the full episode, the link is in the description below. And if you did enjoy this short clip, give the video a thumbs up, smash that like button, also subscribe and hit the notification bell button. That way you'll be notified of every video that goes up for myself, Xavier Wills, at Desktop Bodybuilding. And give me your opinion in the comments below as well. Who do you have winning at the 2023 Arnold Classic? Big Ramy or Samson Dauda? Anyway, guys, this is Desktop Bodybuilding. I'm Xavier Wills, and we are out.